Hey everyone, Denise here. I wanted to go through some of the ways that I use paper, pattern paper, and in this case particularly the Stampin' Up! Designer Paper Series packs, the DSP packs. So I'm going to use one that I have. I'm pretty sure it's no longer available, but it is the Gathering Together 12 by 12. You see there, specialty designer series paper. I don't remember what makes it specialty, but we're going to use that. Now, as we start to do more scrapbook layouts, and by we, I mean me doing layout classes and the cutting guides, for me, I want you to know right off the bat that while I am a demo, the packs, the DSP packs, they are, for me, not coordinated enough to work together. So in other words, while I get usually 6 patterns, 2 sheets each, and let's see if this has that also. It says 12, so yep, it's got to be it. So the problem is that there are too many papers with too similar of a color. The design is too similar. There are too many like large patterns that clash with each other if you use them together. Sometimes the cardstock isn't even like compatible, like the colors. So I really struggle with this. Now, yes, okay, Close to My Heart is closed for a long time now, and yes, they're not coming back, and yes, they did their thing, and yes, I really did like the way they did it, but it was because everything in my pack coordinated with every other piece, and that is just not the case with this. But here is how we're going to solve that problem. With this particular pack, I'm just doing this to show you how I kit my paper in case you run into this problem too. So I have this on this side, and then I have that. So it's a very large print, colorful. Oh, that's why it's specialty. It's got some gold in it. I like it. I might even use that for cards instead. Who knows? And then we've got, you know, general distress wood grain. And then on the back, ooh, more gold. I like it. Really, my fingers aren't working. All right, so then we have this kind of beige little prints, itty bitty leaves. Sorry about the shadows. And then we've got this again with gold, which again, I love, but what am I supposed to do this with scrapbook pages if I'm using the whole thing as a kit? Because they're the same, okay, different colors, but I'm not using this together on the same layout. I'm just not doing it. So there's that. Okay, and then there's the brown with the dots, okay, and on the back, again, gold, pretty, a plaid. Look, another plaid, not gold, but another plaid. I'm not going to use 2 plaids on the same layout. And again, pretty, distressy, autumny, I guess. And then, similar to the brown. Now again, it's different colors, so I could use it on the same layout, and they're neutrals, they go together, but it's the same pattern or design. I'm not going to do that. Oh, look, more of this. And in fact, it's not this. Look how similar it is set. Not identical, you know why? This has a beige background, and this has a white one, just in case the camera isn't clear. What am I supposed to do with this on a layout? So these packs are not interactive or coordinate across the board. So now I have to figure out what I want to use and pick and choose. And do I want to use any of them for cards instead? Because I like gold stuff on cards. Excuse me. So now I have to figure out what I'm doing here. So I've got a nice neutral, but to be honest, I can get this color just in cardstock. And I don't have to waste that side of it in a layout. I mean, I can get a stamp or bubble pack and do white pigment ink and heat set it, or clear emboss it, and same thing. So no. So I'm probably using this side, but I have too many of them. Off to the side it goes. Now that automatically means I'm down 1 set here. So this, I'm not using them together. All right, this has a pattern on it, so that has potential. These don't go together as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I do like this side, But again, too plain. I could use these together. So let's think about that. So let's put those there. And then I have, again, that's a neutral. I have these stripes. The stripes are pretty. The stripes would probably be nice with a flower, with one of the leaves, except, yeah, it's not on the back here. It's on the back here. So now I have to choose if I'm going to do this. I can't, right? I can't do that. And again, all right, yeah, this has more distress to it because it's darker. So yeah, I could use those together, but then I'm left with these two. What do I do with that? I guess I could use these, but those lines, they are black in person. They're not brown. So now what? This is my problem with their paper packs. Now, okay, this is a specialty paper pack, so I get that. But I have the same problem with all of them. So if I was going to do this, now I'm going to have to figure out which two patterns I'm going to work together. So if I'm doing a layout, and I don't want 14 layouts with leaves. I kind of just don't. But this seems to work well together. Right? Okay, so let's put that to the side there. And now I'm left with, yeah, this I just don't like. So now I'm at that side. All right, this is, but it doesn't match. You can see how off color it is. So I can't use that together. I plaid. I mean, the colors match. I guess I could use that together. I gotta be honest though, I'm probably gonna stick with the brown here, which is a little boring. And it also means that I can't use a brown cardstock because look how light that design is. So I'm gonna have to pick a different color. So now I'm down to these two. So I have this and this. All right, I mean, that goes together, I guess. I guess I can do that side just to be different. But I'm probably going to stick to this side because just the colors seem to match. But do you see what I mean about how they just don't mix? I have three separate paper packs at this point. And that's what I have to do with these. So when I make my cutting guides, I am making the majority of them, which is not all of them, based on this system. Now I'm also using 2, sometimes 3 colors of cardstock. It's always 12 by 12, but listen, if you like to mat your photos, and sometimes if it's on a pattern paper especially, I 100% mat. Sometimes I double mat them because I don't want my photo to get lost in the paper. And, you know, Stampin' Up! Has the list. So in this one, where are the colors? I'm trying to get it to focus. Sorry, new phone. Don't really know. So it says basic beige, Cajun craze, crushed curry, early espresso, old olive, champagne foil. All right, well, champagne foil, throw that right out. So now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 colors that I can use that coordinate, but they won't coordinate with everything, and 2 of them are neutral. 2 of them, a light brown and a dark brown. So I can't use dark brown on this because I already have it. I think I already have too much beige in here. So now I'm going to pick my cardstock, you know, according to what I see in here. In this one, this is going to be my favorite, I can already tell you, because it's got the yellow. So I'm going to pick a yellow for this. And I'm probably going to pick the orange. And then those are going to be my 2 colors for this. If I need a neutral, I've got the brown, I'm good. Okay, great. But now what about this? I already have a lot of orange. And I don't really have anything else to pull from in here. I've got the beige. So, all right, beige. But see this paper? That line? That's not beige. That's white. This background is white. I mean, it's got some beige, so hopefully it pulls it. But that's one color. And then I guess I'll use the yellow because it's got yellow in here. But I don't feel too good about it. And then there's this one. I already have the brown. But it's the pattern paper, so I still need 2. So I'm going to have to use, again, probably the orange and the yellow. So now I already know what cardstocks I need to pull and what colors. The way I do it is always the 2 patterns that you're using, right? 2 sheets of each. Then you need 2 coordinating colors of cardstock. Now you are going to use whatever paper you have. I don't care what the company is. I don't care what the brand is. I don't care if they came together or if you pieced them together from the hoarded stash we all have. Put them together, right? Put your kits together like this. So find 2 papers that match up for your pattern paper. A smaller print, a larger print, an easier print, like a less detailed print, a very big bold print. Your stripes and polka dots, those always work well. Flowers and stripes, anything with a stripe usually works really well. So you've got that. Now you're going to pull 2 colors from them and you're going to make that. Now you still need 2 base sheets also. And then if you want to pull a 3rd color, just in case, every once in a while I have a 3rd color in my layout guides. You want to pull a 3rd, make it a neutral. If you like to mount your photos, my recommendation is always get a pack of 8.5 by 11 paper because you actually get more out of it when you do photo mats usually. It's easier to cut. You get more of it. And it's a little less money, at least I think, than the 12 by 12 packs. If you like 12 by 12, go ahead, get the 12 by 12 pack. It's all single color now. So get the 12 by 12 pack. But get yourself some neutrals or something that matches, again, from your stash. I'm not advocating you going out and buying more stuff. I'm advocating you using the stuff you have to make room so that if you do go buy more stuff, you can justify it. I know, I don't justify mine either, but I feel better if I've used something. So this would be like layout class or workshop number 1, right? With the cardstock. And again, you're getting all the materials. I'm not sending materials. These 2 with their coordinating cardstocks, we'd have another 3 or 4 layouts. Usually the average is 3. And then there's this. And again, 3 or 4 layouts. So let's just say it's 3. So this is 3. This is 6. This is 9 when we're done with 3 different cutout guides because of the way I had to do the paper. So if you're looking to maximize the paper that you bought, and you bought it because you love it. So if you want to maximize it, you're going to get 3 layouts, 3 different layouts out of it. If we're using more of the paper, sometimes we're really going to get 2, but usually it's 3. This with its coordinating cardstock is 1 layout cutting guide. This with its coordinating cardstock is a 2nd layout cutting guide. This with its coordinated cardstock is a 3rd layout cutting guide. And before you know it, you have at least 9 layouts done. Photo ready, embellishment ready. You can use a cutting guide at the crop, come back to the next crop and embellish. You can do the cutting guide at home, bring your embellishments with you. I always did the layout guides at the crop, did the bases of my paper, the bones of it, and I did everything else at home because then I didn't have to lug all of my stamps and all of my embellishments and all those other things that weigh us down that, let's face it, we never use at the crop anyway. So now I at least have a plan. I have a pencil because the pencil is key to these cutting guides. I have a pencil. I have extra base sheets. I need 6 base sheets. So white, neutral, colored, whatever you use as the base of your layout. You need however many layouts, you need 2 per. So in this case, I'd need 6 per. And so 6, 12, 18 for all 3 of them. That's what I'm carrying to the crop. It's going to be heavy enough. So this is how I do it with the paper. Sometimes I'm going to have layout guides where it's got 3 sheets of coordinating paper, and that's because I'm going into my close to my heart stash and I'm making layouts. But for now, we're going to start with 2 because that way it's easier. You can start using what you have. So I hope that you'll join me in getting some layouts done and getting some of your paper used up. I am going to make some layouts today, I hope. So that way I can cut them and show you how I do it for a video for another time. Have fun, everyone.